Hello, my crafty friends. Today is the day. The design team is sharing their projects for the November 2022 Designer Challenge, where Karen Burniston challenged the team to use one of her snowman dies on their project. So this is the card that I made, and it fits in a 7 by 5 inch or an A7 envelope. I did do some light stenciling on the front, and that uses Your Next Stamps Snow Flurries stencil. And I just used, I think it was the Twilight ink by Karen Burniston. I love Karen Burniston inks. So I stenciled there, and here is my card. So it folds flat for mailing and then opens up and stands for display. So I'm just going to show you the envelope here. I did take a piece of cardstock that was 5 by 7, and it's just lightweight cardstock, but it just gave the whole envelope a little bit more support. And I added adhesive along this top edge, like on the inside, just along the top edge. It doesn't need adhesive on all the rest because you don't catch it to pull it. It just gives the envelope a little bit more support. So that's what I used on the envelope, and there is my little snowman. So the main die set that I used is actually the woven box pop-up. I haven't used that in a while, and as with a lot of Karen Burniston dies, when I get them out and play with them again, I'm reminded how much I like them. They go together so slick. She has assembly videos on her website, which I will link in the description box below, so you can see how to assemble all of her dies, but there's so much detail goes into all of the dies. So we'll start working from the front. The Let It Snow is word set 13 snow, and there's several different words. There's snow and burr in the larger font with shadow, and then you can combine them in different ways. Love you, snow much fun, let it snow, snow day, burr. Well, where I live, burr is one that I can get a fair bit of use out of. So that's the Let It Snow there. The white is a white pearl cardstock. I used both a white pearl and regular white cardstock. And then for the Let It and the snow, I didn't use the snow shadow. I just die cut them both twice, once from white cardstock, once from the black, and then offset them a little bit when I laid them down. I'm pretty sure that the oval is from the Crosshatch Ovals. I have everything listed on my blog. And there's also an oval on the back that we can sign when I go to send the card. Now the snowflakes and the little snow mounds that I have, and I'm hoping you can see the texture in those snow mounds, they come from the long nature edges too. So there's this long snowflake border, which is meant to work for slim lines. And then there's this tree border with the foliage. So you can, use them with green, or you can use them with multicolored inks for fall. And they have the technology that they're actually a stamp as well. So if I wanted them in green, I could ink them with green and die cut them, and all of those little swirls would come in whatever color I inked them in. I hope that made sense. But that's what I used for my little snow mounds here. And I didn't ink them, but I like that the swirls are all embossed. So even without the inking, it's very cute, and just another way to use those dies. The snowman itself, one of the very early releases from Karen was this snowman twist circle, and people were requesting a snowman body to go with the snowman. So in a later release, she came up with the snowman. So the snowman is what I used for my snowman here, and you can see there's the snowman body. I just hand drew hole buttons, added a twine bow. Not sure if you can see, but there's a little heart in there. That's a doodlebug heart, and then some glitter glue. The hat and the hat band and the bow were cut out of a mirrored cardstock, both black and gold. And then you can see they also come with a snowflake. So I have my little snowman holding a snowflake. Now, I've been on Karen Burniston's design team since 2014. So I have a lot of Karen Burniston dies. I love them, and I keep them separate from the rest of my collection in my craft room. So it's really easy to flip through them, and just in flipping through all of the different designs, I get inspired. So in doing that and flipping through, I knew I wanted to do the woven box. I knew I would do a snowman because that was the challenge. And then it was just in flipping through them that I went, oh, I bet I could use the street lantern pop-up, and then a tree from the Christmas trees pop stand. I'll show you both of those. And then also, that's when I came up with the idea to use the snow on this. So it's kind of fun to just flip through without having a full plan and then be inspired by the dies themselves. So the street lantern pop-up, so it does have a pop-up, but you can also use it alone. You can see the swag that came with that I've threaded through. That's what it was kind of designed for. Now I'm looking at this and I don't know that this die actually is supposed to go with that set or if it stays with the Christmas trees pop stand. I'm going to have to go look at the packaging and see if maybe I mixed that up when I was putting them away. But the Christmas trees pop stand is what I used for the tree at the back, and it actually cuts. This is the tree that I used, and this is a follow-away tree. It cuts like a tree-shaped frame. Makes really cute shakers. But beside the point, I didn't want that opening there. I wanted to be able to have a solid tree in the back. So what I did is I took that fall-away tree, laid it on white cardstock, and just traced a little ways around it with a pencil. And then cut it on the pencil line. So I cut 2 of the frames, sandwiched that larger one in between, and that kind of gave me the base there. So you can see there's the frame, there's the larger one sandwiched in between, and then I had a solid area where I could pop up the fall-away tree with some thin foam tape. I added some stickles for a little bit more shimmer and shine. The street lantern was cut from black mirrored cardstock, and then in behind is vellum, and I die cut it again from regular black cardstock just to sandwich everything in so it looked nice from the back because people would be turning it over to read the signature, and it also makes that lantern a little bit more sturdy having the double layer. So it does fold nice and flat for mailing, and surprisingly it's quite light, so I'm sure this will even mail for a single stamp. If you enjoyed my video today, please hit that like button. I'd love you to subscribe to see more videos. And that's it for me today.